In the summer of 1993, the sleepy Welsh village of Llanharry became the setting for one of the UK's most disturbing and still unsolved double murders. Harry and Megan Tooze were a quiet, well-liked couple in their 60s, living in a remote farmhouse in the South Wales countryside. They lived a modest private life. Harry had retired from a local steelworks, and the couple were known for their kindness and simplicity. On the morning of July 26, 1993, everything seemed ordinary. Megan was last seen walking back from the village post office after collecting her pension, and the couple was expected to have lunch with their daughter Cheryl that afternoon. But when Cheryl couldn't reach them, concern grew. Eventually, police were called, and what they discovered was horrific. Both Harry and Megan had been executed in cold blood. Their bodies were found in the cowshed behind their farmhouse. Each had been shot in the head at close range with a 12-gauge shotgun. The way they were killed suggested premeditation and precision, but perhaps most chilling was the state of the farmhouse itself. Inside, lunch had been laid out on the table. The kettle was still warm. It appeared they had been interrupted in the middle of preparing for a guest, or perhaps by someone they trusted enough to invite into their home. What followed was a media frenzy and an intense investigation. Suspicion quickly turned to Cheryl's boyfriend, Jonathan Jones. Police believed he may have had a financial motive, stemming from issues with employment and his relationship with Cheryl. In 1995, Jones was convicted of the murders based primarily on circumstantial evidence. However, there was no forensic evidence tying him to the scene. No fingerprints, no blood, no eyewitnesses. After serving over a year in prison, Jones's conviction was overturned on appeal in 1996. The judges cited a lack of solid evidence and criticized the prosecution's reliance on weak circumstantial connections. Jones walked free and the case was thrown back into limbo. The Tooze murders remain one of Britain's most enigmatic unsolved crimes. Theories have emerged over the years, some suggesting the involvement of a professional killer, others speculating about organized crime or links to other unsolved murders in Wales. Some investigators have even looked into connections to serial killer John Cooper, though no definitive evidence has ever been found. Today, more than 3 decades later, the farmhouse remains silent and no one has ever been held accountable. What motive could someone have had for executing an elderly couple in such a cold, deliberate manner? Why was nothing stolen? Why were there no witnesses, no clues, no clear suspects? Despite extensive coverage in local press and true crime forums, this case has remained surprisingly underrepresented on major digital platforms, especially YouTube. Yet it's a story full of mystery, tragedy, and unanswered questions. Perfect for a deep-dive true crime documentary that could finally bring renewed attention to a case still crying out for justice.